What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornut, and I am here today with the Golf GTI build in A+ class. It is the real build. It is a world record setting build. It's what we used in the tournament for the league, and I've got some lore, some story, and some clips to show you to just bring it all together because this is really fun. So it started out as one of the guys finding a video on YouTube. Nova Speed put out a golf clip going pretty fast. The guys brought it to Nil and like, hey, can you figure out the build? We watched the build, we listened to the engine, we're like, yeah, we know what motor that is, let's figure it out. So we started working on it. Nil brought us a build that he thought was pretty solid. Hex and SAKAY started working on that, made a couple little tweaks, and so with the group powers combined, Nil, Hex, and SAKAY, they came to what I have before you now. It's very good. And they started setting some real times in it. It became very viable. So then it became, well, what do we do? Do I do a build on it? We wanted to use it in league, and that's competitive. It's an actual tournament format, so we don't want to give away all of our weapons. A+, we just computed this last week. The guys swept. Team Copium on top. It's what we do out here. And they used this golf in those races. So the plan was for me to start using a scuffed build, one that was way lesser, on purpose to maybe try to distract from the other team, because we know that these guys are watching us and participating with us and racing us. And so intentionally, I've been running a lesser build. One that had a Century, one that had scuffed bronze tires, and just a ton of horsepower in it. We're using the wrong motor to distract from the real build, because I stream, the other guys don't. And so we started working this together, and it worked. In the league, our opponents, they used the golf, but they used the wrong build, and we crushed them. Well, turns out that other content creators are also watching and have no problem taking inspiration from what I put on stream. So I've got a clip right here. Here's the stream.
I don't know, pick something.
So we're running the A+ golf.
Oh, bro. Say less, I guess.
I can do a video on it.
No, it's my build. Get the fuck out, dude.
Well, so I'll you know, this is SAKAY's build. I'm actually not even running that one. I'm running a different one anyway. So.
Oh yeah, then you use the bad one, so nobody knows what's up, and we good.
And that showed the build, and that kind of gives you an idea where we're at. But you hear SAKAY go, "Oh, use the wrong build. That's fine. Here's the right build. Here's the world record setting build. Let me show you what I've got." Guys, run this one if you want to set real times in A+, because this is what we're using, and it's the way to go. Let me bring it to you. Alright, for the styling portion on the golf, as we always do here first, there's multiple kits you can use. You can make this go from like full time attack mode to off-road crazy with some crash bars and some other stuff. So a lot of kits you can put on it. This little car is pretty crazy. This livery, one of the guys in the Discord brought that out. Thank you so much to him. It put Grippium on the side. I mean, we knew he was watching the videos and stuff because that's some of the comments we've been dropping. I tweaked it a little bit for my own personal preference, but make Grippium great again. Let's go. So that all being said, let's go to the performance. Now, I do not want either of you guys, any of you guys, ladies, friends, Need for Speed Racers, you people are my people, and I don't want my people to be led astray. I would hate for any of you guys to run either of these V8s because they're not good for this car. Yes, you can get a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque, and a big top speed number, but what does it do? It doesn't do anything. It just spins the tires, and it becomes pretty much undrivable. The real build is the last engine over. It is the 2.0 liter i4, 366 brake horsepower when we start. The reason we use this motor and not the ones that have roughly double the stats as far as torque goes is because all this thing does is spin the tires. When you are spinning the tires, you are not accelerating to the car's maximum. What my build, what SAKAY and Hex developed with Nil, is literally an optimized build that gives you the most horsepower and torque that you can put to the ground, so that way you're not spinning. It allows you to get really good turns, really good acceleration, actual launches, and will allow you to walk the competition. I've been sitting on this build, as you saw in the stream, for over a week, but there's no point in doing that. It's not actually good to use. The stats are deceptive, and this is a perfect example of, guys, don't get bought up or caught up in the stats. Make sure you do testing behind it. More often than not on the grip builds, higher numbers is better, but every now and then will catch you off guard. So don't let somebody else that's chasing numbers and nilbot status distract you from the real stuff. Let me show you the parts on this motor. You're going to run Elite Platinum induction. You're going to run the Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum fuel system, and Elite Platinum exhaust. You'll pair that up with the Elite Platinum centrifugal supercharger. The reason we throw the Sentry on there is specifically for the top speed portion of this. You can run it with the roots and you can kind of change some stuff around, but having the Sentry on there actually allows us to redline tech it up just a little bit more. And when you're running an A+ with the 4-speed, you kind of want to have a little bit more there. You're going to pair that with a Sport Bronze nitrous bottle, Elite Platinum off-road suspension, iron basic brakes, and super gold off-road tires. You do absolutely want to have the best tires that you can for any class, because there's a bonus that's associated with that. We're not out here doing scuffed builds to get high numbers. We're out here trying to set lap times, and I've got those for you at the end of this. A world record by Hex, by the way, and then a very fast run by SAKAY. He's only a couple of tenths off a water blob, so he's really close. There's not enough room to put Elite Platinum off-road tires in this build, and that's why we're running the Super Gold. Pulling out the horsepower was taken from the top speed, so this is that happy balance. You're going to run an iron basic clutch, and you're going to run the Sport Bronze 4-speed transmission. You'll notice we've tried all of them. That's because we did, and we did a lot of testing. And this is the results of the best players in the game bringing you the best results that we can come up with. Elite Platinum diff, you're going to need to run that. It's the way to go. That way it gives you the most slider. You can go over and get 100% on the grippy. I think you could, no, you can't do it with that. You gotta have the Elite Platinum. And then auxiliary, I run nitrous drift and nitrous grip for those micro drifts. Now for the handling, we're a split family over here on the Corn Nut crew, Team Copium. We run 100% grip, absolutely. You need that. It helps the car hook up, helps you get those nice Tron turns coming around the corner. It makes the car very good to drive. Steering sensitivity, we're running this one all the way high. Make that thing turn. Trust. Now, downforce. This is where we're different. SAKAY runs it all the way low. He likes it all the way down. He's very, very fast in it. Hex runs it all the way high. He wants to have the extra downforce. He likes to have it turning in, and that's an A268 build, or A+. So go either way with that. You might try it. Like I say, SAKAY is on one end, Hex is on the other. I'm not sure which one I like more. It really just depends. So I'll let you guys decide for yourselves. We'll go in the middle. Traction control off, drift entry, I run brake tap. That is going to give you the world record setting, Need for Speed League winning Volkswagen Golf GTI. I like doing it this way. This is a lot of fun. The plan was to just bait the other guys in the NFS League into running the wrong build so we'd have a clear advantage. I had no idea that other content creators were going to go back to the streams and start taking stuff again. But hey, when you got them, you got them. Stay tuned for the gameplay footage. I've got 2 runs that I pulled off of both Hex and SAKAY's YouTube. I'm going to link their channels down below. Follow them for the fastest runs that you can see. Check them out. I've already got Slide QT in a lot of videos, so it's time to feature the other guys and the other members of Team Copium. We're out here. We're going to sweep the NFS League, and honestly, we've got the best builds around, so don't use the wrong build. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, the long climb world record run by Hex. This is a banger. I have to play my music over this and do no game audio because they were playing some soundtracks that are licensed and we don't want to get demonetized over here. All right, anyway, we launch in 4th. It's only a 4-speed. Guys, look, Levi's right behind them. They're launching and pulling away from here. This car legit launches no problem. Now, that being said, you're right at the top of 4th gear already. He's already starting to redline tech. He's going to hit about 160 right here. There you go. That's the gig, you guys. This car can put the power down. Is it got the same top speed as the other cars? Not really. But do you need it? Also no. It's all about being able to put the power down and being able to turn. Now watch how he can handle this thing. It trons just fine. Gets a 3-bar, trons again, no problem. Back up to speed. He's not spinning anywhere in here. You're not watching the needle bounce off the RPMs. You're watching this car actually grip up and rip up and make Grippium great once again. This car is awesome. It's here to save us from the drifters. That's the lore. We've been joking about that on stream and in the crew for quite some time. It's awesome to watch Hex. He's omega fast. I mean, this is world record pace. You'll see that he is a couple hundred yards ahead of SAKAY, which SAKAY's omega fast as well. They're both using the same build. I think Hex just got a little bit better lines. But the long climb, not an easy track. We shoot for 2 minutes in basically any build. And then Hex is out here doing it about, I don't know, 6-7 seconds faster than that. You'll see that he's taking super degen line over here, cutting a straight line through that section pretty much, kind of going from the dirt transitioning to the right side. Gets a nice 3-bar there, clips it in. You see how fast he's accelerating, you guys? And that's the difference between spinning the tires and actually making contact with the ground. Something about this engine and parts combo just makes this car hook up, and you get it up to its top speed and you get to cruise at 164 often. Guys, that is going to be Hex's world record setting run current on the long climb. Now, that could get updated and beat later, but that's a 153.54, and that is cruising. Alright, SAKAY's run on track day special. This is one we ran for Copium, so we're all pretty familiar with it. And then this is the crazy golf build that the boys have got. Huge shout out to Nil, SAKAY, and Hex for putting in the time to really discover this and hone in on the proper build for the car, because honestly, we want to put you guys in the best unit, best weapon that we can, so you can be out there and be going fast. Gets a good Tron turn at the top, carries his speed down the hill. Now you'll see that he's saving his yellow bar here. He's building it up, doing little micro drifts, collecting that boost. That's why when he hits the jump, he would have 3 bars going down. Him hitting that post back there is about the only mistake, and we're thinking that cost him about half a second, maybe a full second, because of it throwing him to the right and kind of setting his lineup a little different. He is only 3/10 off of Waterblob's world record run with this golf run, and so we're thinking that that mistake back there probably took away from that. Otherwise, they would have been really, really close to the same pace. Gets a big grip turn, 3-bar there, saves it till the top of the hill. Watch him do a Tron turn here. Insane. This car hooks up with this build, no problem. You guys, if you're looking to go fast in a golf, this is the one. It is so good. Same strategy as last lap, but this time he goes a little further to the right, avoids the post. That's a much faster line coming down the hill, sets him up for a better turn there, gets nice and wide, boosting up the hill. He didn't get the grip turn bars of boost like he normally would, so that kind of slowed him down as well. That's where we're thinking a little more time could be made up. But at the end of the day, that is going to be a 136 and a very, very fast run in the golf. So this is the one, you guys. 136.09, that's where it's at. If you guys want a fast golf build, this is it. I'll link both Hex's run and SAKAY's run down below so you can check them out. Give them a sub on YouTube if you want to watch really fast stuff. Team Copium on top. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.